And we're live back at the JNS conference here, the inaugural conference held at the Waldorf Astoria here in the heart of Jerusalem. It's so nice to be here today. My name is Ariella Novak, corresponding for JNS today, as well as Bottom Line Media, and we're so happy to be here. Sitting beside me, I'm so excited to be talking to Daniel Ryan Spaulding. Hello.
Hi, how are you? Hi.
You are the best, one of the best speakers.
Oh,
really.
thank you.
Really. You speak from the heart with real intention, real good intention every time, without holding it back, because you speak the truth.
Yeah.
You are refreshing.
Thank
so
you.
And you choose to do that. So you're a stand-up comedian, a writer, someone who uses their platform to influence.
Yeah.
And you also are part of the Quad.
Yeah.
Which has been fun as a person as an audience member to watch.
Yeah, I've been in Israel the past 2 months. It was very difficult to live in the United States right now, especially if you're like a public person who's advocated for Israel. Mm-hmm. It feels very dangerous. And that's a very difficult reality for a lot of people. A lot of people have been silenced. And so I wanted to just sort of be able to be in Israel for a bit and be able to breathe and do shows. And it's been really nice to guest host on the Quad and be able to speak freely about Israel and about politics and about world politics, and specifically about like the subversion facing the West and the demoralization of the West, which is really out of control. I think that the anti-Semitism in Western cities and on university campuses is so deeply disturbing. And
it is. They're there to be educated, nothing more. And it just seems like that's not even a portion of university anymore.
There's been no cultural change, which has been very scary as well. So I think that like the more that we speak out and try to educate people, it's at a very important, like it's sort of at a turning point right now. Like we have to do something.
We do, and I'm speaking from the I don't think the answer is leaving, the top schools. I don't think that's from my personal perspective.
You're right.
You can't run away necessarily, in a way, but there's a way to deal with it, and somebody has to do it.
Well, there needs to be consequences for what's happening. Like freedom of speech is one thing, but when you get to the point where you're vandalizing, when you're inciting violence, and especially if you are not a U.S. citizen, like the freedom of speech does not apply to you. Like your conduct.
That's really important.
I moved to the United States as an immigrant. I went on an O1 visa. I had no idea that I was going to be coming to America and see this hate movement rise, and for me to be like someone who knows Israel well, who knows about world politics, and to advocate for the hostages and to meet the hostage families. Like, I'm the sort of immigrant that you should want in the United States. I'm the sort of person that
you are.
And yet I'm the one who doesn't feel safe being
That's
there
horrible.
and performing there.
That's horrible.
And being a part of American society. Like, take your pick. You can have them or you can have me. You can't have both. I don't want to be there if this is the sort of culture that
And then
I
you
have
chose
to
to
engage
came
with.
to the Jewish state.
I feel safer here. Even though there's wars, like there's the potential of existential annihilation, I feel safer.
It's still safer. I always say that.
On a day-to-day basis, and I feel more comfortable here and protected here.
Somebody said to me, like, how do you know it's safe in Israel? Why do you? I'm like, well, I don't go in the New York City subways, but I'll gladly come to Israel. They're like, are you serious? Absolutely, I'm serious.
100%.
That is not a safe place. This is.
Yeah, exactly. And we know who's here. Everyone who's entered the country has gone through some sort of background check. Are we at the point where we don't understand, like, you should probably know who's in your country, and you should probably want nice people in your country?
Wouldn't that be nice?
Well, like, would you just let anyone walk into your house? No. You're like, oh, okay, you're here. You're here. Oh, you're here with my friend. I know you. Like, you want to know the people entering your house in the same way you want to know the people entering your country.
Absolutely.
These are not like right-wing. This is basic common sense.
Correct.
Like,
it's not a secret
I don't
either.
understand what happened to the world. Like, they just lost their minds.
It's not even rogue. Yes, they just lost their minds. That's all it
Yeah.
is. Now tell me, you were doing comedy before October 7th?
I've always been doing comedy. I'm a stand-up comedian.
Go follow him if you're not already.
Yeah. I lived in Europe for 13 years, and I performed all over the world. And that's when I lived in Germany. That's when I became friends with Israelis and started
That's so
visiting
interesting.
here and performing here. And then I had been planning for a year to move to the United States. I lost an incredible amount of weight. I lost 100 kilos, 220 pounds. And
Oh my goodness.
I really like pulled my life together. And then I moved to, like my plan, I moved to America on October 16th, 2023. So I moved like about a week after October 7th. So everything kind of, like it was really crazy timing.
Wow.
And then I did a couple of viral videos just after October 7th.
Yes, I remember
And
watching
then that
them.
sort of propelled me into the Israeli advocacy world a little bit. And then I don't know what happened.
And I heard you speak. You didn't just say the truth. You said it correctly with the right words to the right audience, to the right people. And it's just so frustrating when we talk, to the people, whatever that means, from a Jewish perspective or non. But yet there's so many people that are not hearing us.
Yeah, well, but also the Jewish world has a big problem in general about how much they attack each other.
I know, it's horrible.
At one point, we were all really united and working together.
Yes.
And then everyone gets into little fights and squabbles. And especially when the election happened, there was a big divide between the Republican Jews and the Democrat Jews, and everyone fighting with each other. And it's what are you doing?
We got to get back on track.
There's so much against us. There's so much against just Western liberal values. Qatar is funding such a misinformation campaign.
Yes.
They're funding journalists within legacy media. There's just also so much anti-Semitism. Why aren't we building allies? Why aren't we connecting with the Christian community, connecting with, the Persian community, reaching out, building allies?
That's what it's about.
Yeah, as long as we're all against terrorism, that's the main thing. We just have to be against terrorism.
Back 30 years ago, nobody was raising a flag that said Hezbollah and waving it in a crowd of people and saying, go them. No, they were all recognizing them as a terrorist organization. And now it's freedom of speech, it's freedom of hate, and it's horrible.
Well, and it's also becoming normalized.
Yes.
We've allowed it to be normalized. And now all these Jewish celebrities, I don't know, maybe you're wealthy and you can live in your mansion and hide in your mansion, but your children are not going to be able to operate in society. Your children and your grandchildren are not going to be able to be out in the world mingling with people.
So what do you think we can do immediately? Jews and non-Jews. I like to focus everywhere. So what do you think we can do, one thing, to not make things better, but to try to build these bridges?
Well, I think that it's up to, there is enough wealth and innovation and money out there to platform the people who have been doing so much work, these young kids who are on Instagram and on TikTok who are trying so hard. They are doing this because they're terrified. They're not doing this because they're being funded. They're trying so hard.
I think that's really important what you're saying.
People don't realize this.
No, they're not doing it for fun.
I haven't gotten any money from anyone. If anything, this has been
I'm so glad you're saying this.
This has been really hard on me financially. Everyone, unless you're very wealthy and you have the ability to do this, everyone is just getting by. We should be finding ways to platform and fund
and to fight the hate together.
People who are pro-America
Yes.
and pro-Israel. This is not difficult shit. The truth is right there, and I love JNS. I love the fact that you're creating this, but still, we don't have any ways of supporting ourselves. So, I think it's really important because Qatar and the
There's
IRGC,
funding coming from every
Muslim
direction.
Brotherhood, we need to just get people aware of the fact that they're in danger. As scary as that is, there's
maybe we have a
jihad in the
listener
street.
from Qatar that can fund us.
Yeah, maybe we should.
Well, anyway, we're hearing it live
don't
here
understand,
from JNS Live.
Yeah.
We're bringing you live coverage all day, podcasting here live from Jerusalem, from the Waldorf. Woo, woo. I can't wait to try their breakfast also. Anyway, talking to you soon. Stay with me, Ariella Novak. Talk to you soon.
All right.